The fastest way to test our sterling silver is to use a very strong magnet, because sterling silver will not respond to a magnet at all, being 92.5% silver and 7.5% copper. And this method of floating a piece of foam in a bowl of water and using a very strong neodymium rare earth magnet is an excellent way to pick up traces of magnetism. But be aware that when you're testing a chain like this with a clasp that might have a steel spring inside, that it will respond to this test and it could make you think it's not real. Be aware also that silver-plated items, being silver-plated copper, won't respond to this test at all. The test is very sensitive and it will pick up any traces of something magnetic, and some manufacturers will rhodium plate their sterling silver as a way of preventing tarnishing and increasing the shelf life and just making it shinier. And some rhodium plating processes will use nickel at some stage throughout the pre-treatment. And this test is picking up the presence of something magnetic, most likely to be nickel. This is a fake sterling silver ring. It's even stamped 925. It's very strongly magnetic, as you can see, and it's most likely to be nickel-plated copper. Which brings us to the next test, which is nitric acid. And it's a far more definitive test for sterling silver. And you can buy these little test kits with this test solution. But first, let's have a look at how sterling silver responds to nitric acid. As you can see, the acid corrodes the silver and we're left with this red staining, which is what we're looking for when we're testing for silver. And as the yellow evaporates, we're left with a red stain. Something that's plated will respond quite differently to the nitric acid. We don't get the red staining that we're looking for. And the acid will simply strip the silver plating, leaving the copper base metal. This is a piece of normal mild steel. This is a piece of a paper clip, and you'll see that there's no reaction whatsoever to the nitric acid. So when we want to test our jewellery, obviously we don't want to corrode the silver or damage the item at all. So by using this scratch plate, we can gently polish the edge, taking off some molecules of the metal that we can then use to test with the acid. We apply solution and we allow the reaction to take place. of course we're looking for that red stain. And as the acid evaporates, the yellow colour will fade, and we're left with the red stain that indicates sterling silver. Even the streak of something silver plated looks quite coppery, and you can tell just by looking at it that it's not silver. So we apply the acid, and we're looking for the red stain on the tissue. Notice that the yellow will evaporate, but not show us the red staining that we need to see. And likewise, a normal piece of steel which looks like it could be silver, we apply the solution to it. We wait a few moments. See no reaction. So as you can see, this is a very simple test, and we don't need many molecules at all to test for this red stain that will indicate sterling silver. And this is an excellent way of testing our jewellery without having to harm it in any way. In fact, it polishes it, if anything. Even the slightest trace of red stain shows us that we have what we think we have.